Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are you doing? Back again here with another Call of Duty Modern Warfare weapon class setup video, and today we're going to be talking about the best GRAU setup in the post-patch, because as many of you people might not know, they recently patched the GRAU in the latest Modern Warfare update, so technically they added more recoil and kick to the GRAU as opposed to the pre-update, because as you people know, the GRAU is without a doubt the most OP weapon to use in Call of Duty, particularly Warzone, since literally everybody has been using that gun. But I still think a lot of people are going to be using that gun even after the patch, because as you people know, the GRAU, not going to lie, it's one of my favorite weapon setups to use, especially since it's super OP and it can practically take on snipers from any distance in Warzone. But recently with the newest patch, it might be a bit more difficult to fully spray an enemy from long distances with the GRAU, especially since now that they have more kick and recoil to it, you're going to have to spend a lot of extra time trying to control the kick and the recoil of the weapon as you're firing it. But in this video, I thought to myself that I would decide to include the best attachment that I use to help you practically reduce your kick and stability for the GRAU and help you win more gunfights, whether you're playing Warzone or whether you are playing just casual, deathmatch domination in the regular Call of Duty multiplayer. So without further ado, let's get started. But before we get started, if you people can follow me on twitch.tv, I'd much appreciate it, because I stream a lot there on Twitch. I started streaming way more on Twitch recently compared to YouTube, so any support on my Twitch channel would be absolutely incredible. Link to my Twitch is below in the description, because I'm going to be streaming a lot of Warzone there, and I stream a bunch of other games besides Call of Duty like CSGO and all that stuff. Now, unlike other people that mainly use the suppressor on the GRAU, I decided to slap on the reflex sight for this gun, especially since with the reflex sight you can see the enemy more, and I think that with the red dot sight that you're using or any reticle that you choose to use on your reflex sight, it's going to help you control and just be more tactical against the enemy much better. In other words, technically it's just going to help you see the enemy more, and you're going to be able to have a much easier time of spraying down the enemy and controlling the kick at the same time with the reflex sight, just because it just gives you a more clear vision look on your screen whenever you're facing an enemy. That's why I decided to add on to the reflex sight, but you still don't have to use the reflex sight, but my recommendation is to use the reflex sight if you want just more precision, more aiming precision against enemies, no matter whether you're playing Warzone or just regular multiplayer. Now, the first gameplay that you're seeing here, I'm using the Drifter A0808 barrel. And the thing about this barrel is that it's very good for mobility. So if you care a lot about mobility and you want to run very fast and just be very more agile, then I suggest slapping on this barrel attachment. However, I don't recommend using it for Warzone, just because Warzone is a very long-range battle. And with this barrel, you're probably going to have a much more disadvantage of engaging against enemies from a long distance gunfight battle. So I have to say, using this barrel is only useful if you're playing on regular multiplayer maps like Shipment or Rust or any other short to medium range map, because on those maps you can just rush the enemy with this barrel and you can win more gunfights. Because from long range battle, using this barrel is a very big disadvantage, because I've noticed that for long range battle you're going to have to just either burst or just single tap the enemy if you want to try and win gunfights from long ranges. Because the thing with this barrel attachment is that from long distances it's just very hard to spray down an enemy without using the burst fire or the single tap attachment, just because with the short barrel, now that they added the new patch to this weapon, it increased the recoil by a lot. And the recoil control I feel like is only useful for short to medium range battles. Now right here I'm going to show you people the gameplay of me using the Tempest 26.4 Archangel barrel, and can I say it makes a way massive difference compared to the Drifter barrel, just because with the Tempest 26.4 Archangel, not only does your damage range increase and your bullet velocity, but it makes your recoil control a whole lot better compared to the Drifter. But the only downside of using the Tempest is that you can't really rush the enemy with it because of its lesser mobility. And so if you compare the Drifter barrel with the Tempest barrel, the Drifter barrel is more designed for open fire gameplay and rushing the enemy and pushing them, while the Tempest 26.4 Archangel is designed more for defending and engaging in gunfights from medium to long ranges. Now, from my personal experience with me using the Drifter barrel, I've noticed that with the Drifter barrel I can drop shot the enemies more, while with the Tempest it takes a longer time, just because the Drifter has a way shorter barrel, so you're going to be more agile and you can have more chances of escaping gunfights to a building, for example, or just taking cover behind a wall so that you can heal yourself up. Now, whenever I play Modern Warfare, if I choose to rush the enemy and just play very aggressively, then the choice for my barrel attachment would have to be the Drifter A08. However, if I want to be more tactical and wait for the enemy to come to me, then I just would slap on the Tempest 26.4 Archangel. And in terms of using the stocks, I would suggest slapping on the FSS Blackjack stock, just because it increases your aiming stability, and especially after the post patch you want to have the attachments that are going to decrease your recoil for the weapons and help you have more aiming stability. So I just suggest slapping on the FSS Blackjack. And that's pretty much it here with this attachment. I think I went over everything here in this video on which attachments you should use. Now this is just based off of my perspective, just because, you know, I noticed that by using these attachments, it helped me use the GRAU a little bit better and just be more tactical and accurate with it in the post-patch era as well. So that's practically going to be it here with the video here. Hope you people enjoyed this. Try using the setups that I mentioned in the Warzone gameplay. Just try experimenting with them and let me know which one worked out best for you. And this is just a suggestion that I decided to make here in this video as part of my Call of Duty weapon review and setup series. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to my channel, and have a good one.